Good morning. I cannot find this marker. It's dark green. Thought we'd change it up with the music a little bit. This is my friend Gerald. I'll link him in the description box after we're done. A little bit more energy today. Oh, hi, HB. I got your emails this morning. I'm sorry I didn't get to email you back yet. I had my head down editing until I got that video done yesterday, and then I had to get away from my computer. How are you, friend? Forgot how much I loved this album. Absolutely, HB. The first thing I had thought of was the Mandela effect email that you sent. For anybody who isn't familiar or is just catching up or wants a reminder, I last week had a personal Mandela effect that I was telling the class about. But my partner overheard me talking to you guys, and we were talking about it after I recorded, and he remembered it also. And we came up with the idea that this Mandela effect was about someone I know who passed away. And when I was told that they passed away recently, I could have sworn they passed away a couple years ago from the same thing. And HB, you had mentioned that you thought it could be a precognitive experience or a precognitive dream, but my partner shared it. And when he and I spoke about it, we're wondering if my friend had an accident a couple years ago, and that's what I'm remembering. Like maybe he had an accident that was similar to what killed him. Like it could have happened twice, if that makes sense. It was a farming accident. And so it's possible that he could have come across the same like injury or accident issue, like he turned his tractor. And it's possible that could have happened before and just injured him, and I forgot. And then when we heard about him passing away from that same scenario, wondering if it just happened again, and that time he wasn't so lucky, perhaps. I'm not sure. I haven't reached out to anyone, any of our mutuals, to see if anyone remembers him having an accident a few years ago. But my partner and I are currently theorizing that that's actually what it was. Because since he remembered it also, it makes me think that it wasn't a solo experience for me of misremembering this. So that was the first email, HB. And then I know you emailed in regards to empathy and feeling anxiety when my brother was anxious. Oh no, my audio's on. But I need to read that email again before I can comment. I don't remember what it said. But what do you think of that, HB, in terms of potentially forgetting an accident? Sorry, gotta focus just a second. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, HB. I loved that idea that, you had dreamt about it and then forgot you dreamt about it until it happened. And then you were like, wait, I thought that happened, but it was actually like deja vu or a premonition, like you said. Um, the thing that trips me up is that my partner remembered it too. After I got offline, like I said, he was like, yeah, no, I'm with you. When you told me Steve had passed, I thought he had already passed. And I was like, okay. So we had the same experience. Let me go grab that book. Your book. Hold on. Okay. I saw you. Ooh, I'm gonna knock over my coffee. I saw you mention the chapter in your book, but I did not go back and look because I was setting up this morning. But I had already read that far. Yeah, right here. Was this the friend with the computers? Yeah. Now that I've just looked at it, I kind of remember, excuse me, the chapter on the computers and selling them for your friend for the medical money for his wife, right? If I remember correctly. I don't. Hello, Steph. I don't recall the correlation to the empathy off the top of my head without actually rereading it quickly. Let's do 304, which I can do here in a second. I am not. Oh, that's right. You felt his depression. That's what it was. That's right. I'll go back and look for that specific part. Is this the right? Okay. Now the empathy thing with my brother. Very possible. Hey, Andy. Good morning. Thought of you too. I tried watching what you sent. But yeah, with the empathy with the brother thing, that one makes a little bit more sense to me than the Mandela one, just because I think I need to find out if he ever had a dream or if Steve had an accident before, or if we're both having the same Mandela effect. Andy, I listened to You sent me 2 videos. I listened to one, the one that was more about telepathy. I listened to that one twice. And the other one, the breakthroughs in quantum physics, I realized I needed to sit down and pay attention to. I could not just like passively listen to that while multitasking. I could not keep up with it. And I spent all weekend with my head down editing. So I have not gotten back to it yet. I haven't had any dedicated time. I did also see UAP Gerb posted a great looking video, but I haven't seen that yet. Talk. I really do love that. What did we say that was for? Not the unconscious, the universal creator? Is that what it was? The universal creator? Man, these markers are all bleeding today. Yeah, the universal consciousness. Okay. I'm debating on making these towels pink. We're gonna wait. How is everyone doing? Are things okay? I'm not gonna be here on Wednesday. Did I just say that out loud? Because I was thinking it a minute ago. Only here this week, today this week, I have a photo shoot on Wednesday and Thursday, which is great. I also work. Not following. I'm gonna pull up your email here, HB. Oh, work. Yes, work. Thankfully, work. Yes. Yep, I have a shoot Wednesday, Thursday. I see. I also have to work today. I'm organizing a girlfriend's office. I don't know if I told you guys that last week. But I was hoping to come back and do more of that this weekend. And the editing for the second deep dive just took all weekend. I'm really excited though, you guys. I figured out I'm gonna have a guest on the show finally. I don't know when. Okay. How do we feel about Anton? I think I like him. He always bursts my bubble, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Really? I think Anton Petrov is who I'm thinking of. No, not my mom, a psychic. Anton Petrov. YouTube. No, I got out my second deep dive last night, HB. I don't know if you saw it yet, but in there's a brief bit with a woman, Katie Wagner, who is a friend of mine. I've known her for about 15 years, but we've never lived in the same state, so we've never been very close, but she's really good friends with my brother-in-law. And Saturday, as I was editing, I was doing my morning pages, and it just occurred to me that I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure that Katie is a psychic, and I forgot. And so I reached out to her, and I told her about the channel, and I told her about the videos, and I sent her a few questions, and I asked her if we could have a phone call or a Zoom that I could either record or take notes from and relay some of the answers to these questions. And she is also an artist, and she is an artist by trade. She's actually a psychotherapist that uses art therapy and a psychic. And so she got so excited, and she made all of these beautiful slides, sent all of these presentations going into great detail about her experience. And it was so fascinating, but it was so much content that I couldn't slip it into the long form quickly. and still get the video out yesterday, which is what I like really wanted and needed to do. And so I went through them and I just selected a few of the slides and I put them towards the end as a teaser. And then I talked to her and was like, I really want to actually film an interview with you going over all of the information that she sent me because it was so much. And I don't want to misinterpret her words because I don't have that experience. So I don't want, like, I want to make sure it's conveyed appropriately. But it's really exciting to know that I'm going to have somebody. Okay, so you watched it. So you saw Katie. Okay, Gerb's video is good. It's about 3 hours. Yeah, I thought I saw that. Now I know the difference between a psychic and a medium. Oh, yeah. You didn't know. It is true. A medium only speaks to, well, it doesn't maybe only. A medium can speak to those who have passed, whereas a psychic doesn't necessarily speak to those who have passed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Anton is who I thought it was. Okay, and HB, let me pull up your email real quick. Okay, HB. How you understood your awakened empath abilities together with your precognition to ask the unconscious, the universal consciousness to help with your work, friend. A really feel-good story out of kindness of someone else's ashes of despair. Our spiritual gifts are something that we can use every day if we just know how the universal consciousness can help us. Sometimes all we have to do is ask. I see. Thank you, HB. I am caught up now. Oh, I think I gotta flip the record. Hold on. So, and HB, that is it is a cute story and a rather short one. Yeah, it's a very short one. I'll share that story towards the end of this live, if that works for you. Okay. All right, let's color and let's chat. We're gonna go with a dark green instead of a brown because I have too many dark colors. Also, not very ambient music today. Definitely more on the jazz side. Hope that's cool with everyone. Let's do B754. There's this marker. There it is. Andy, I listened to that video on telepathy twice. And I'm realizing I still didn't retain any of it, probably because of how much is going on. Oh my gosh, HB, Hennessy is tomorrow. Wait, that's so exciting. Sorry, I don't want to lose my thought. Andy, all I was going to say is that I didn't retain that video, and I feel like now I'm going to have to go back and listen to it again. But I really liked it, and I remember really liking it and saving it. Now I can't even remember what the guy said. That's what I was going to say. HB, how exciting about Dr. Hennessy. I completely forgot. With my shoot this week, I have, I start pre-production today. So after this live, I'm going to be switching to photo shoot brain. And I completely forgot that Dr. Hennessy's speaking engagement was coming up. Oh, this song my husband made with Gerald. It's called Raised by Conservatives. Actually, it's called Raised by Conservative Frogs. I forgot they changed it. It's such a beautiful song. You can relate. I just can't even see this little edge I'm coloring. I really am excited to dive into all of the work that Katie sent over. It was so much that I was like, oh, I need to like spend some time and pore over what she had to say. And one of the questions I asked her was if she, like many, feel that we all have these innate ESP abilities, if we can just figure out how to access them. And I haven't gotten to look and see her answer yet, but I really want to. Feels quite noisy in here today. Oh, I wasn't going to try and connect with Dr. Hennessy. I just wanted to see if I could listen to her speech online. I don't anticipate that woman having the ability to give me the time of day. She's probably so busy. Okay, I'm torn. I am torn, I am torn, I am torn. Let's do... Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why it didn't stick. Because I thought it was really interesting, that video, but for whatever reason, I'm not retaining anything. I just remember being like, wait, I want to listen to that again. And so I did. I need to reason with myself in that, realizing that most activities that I am doing, I cannot tag team with a podcast or a video because like I have to pay more attention than I allow myself. Yeah, HB, I can't wait to hear how it goes for her. I hope she lets you know. I know that she was asking you questions about it. I mean, how do you feel about that, HB? I agree, consciousness is becoming a larger topic, but I think that it's relative, right? Because I think that, at least from like what I'm starting to believe, telepathy is just an aspect of it, whereas consciousness is like the greater subject. Because telepathy is an aspect of consciousness, but there's so much more, right? Oh, I will ask you guys, maybe you'll know or not. In the podcast, the telepathy tapes, they said that they share the brain scans from the mediums and the telepaths. And I looked online and I could not find the scans anywhere. I didn't see it in their YouTube video. I don't know if I just like skimmed too quickly and I didn't look hard enough, but I didn't see it on the website. I didn't see it on their Instagram. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I like have not been able to find it anywhere. Because I wanted to compare the scans. I mean, I think it's great that, anyways, I think it's great that consciousness is taking center stage because I think that there's so many aspects to it. It's going to be really interesting. I also need to reach out to, I think I told you guys I found an animal communicator that's here, and I want to see if she would be interested in being a part of the animal telepathy video. I'll give her, I don't know her personally, so one, she may not be interested, but two, I don't know what she would provide, so I need to give her more time than I did Katie. This marker's running out. It's okay, Christmas is soon. I'll finally replace these. I did see an animal communicator. I don't know who this was. This was just like a random thing on YouTube or something that I saw, like a short. But I saw an animal communicator say that for the holidays, if you give gifts, that you should get yourself a gift and wrap it to yourself from your pet and then open it and thank them for it on Christmas or whatever you celebrate. And she said, according to, again, I'm taking all of this with a grain of salt, but she said that animals understand what's happening for the holidays. They understand that they're getting gifts. They understand that people are giving each other gifts. And they understand that they don't have the ability to give us a gift. Like, they don't have any, like, they want to participate in the way that we're including them in our holiday. Like, they want to do that. They want to reciprocate that. And I don't know if she's full of shit or not, but it was enough that my partner and I decided we're going to do it this year. We have each, I'm going to give my markers to myself from Monty, and my partner's getting something too. And like I said, I don't know if it's silly. I mean, it is silly, that's clear, but I don't know if it's ridiculous to think or not, but I figure it's not going to hurt, right? Like, what's it going to hurt? All right. I was going to do this whole cabinet this dark green too, and I just don't know if that's going to be too dark. What about the plant thing? Oh, the plant thing is still coming. So what's next? Next is the creativity episode, and then I think the animal telepathy, and then I think it's the plant telepathy. And at that point is when I want to bring out the plant wave. And look into that. I mean, I've used it before when it was first obtained, but I have not messed with it since then, and I need to go back and check that out. Plant wave, yeah. So plant wave is I don't know if there's different types, but I'm pretty sure that plant wave is just the brand name of the main. How do they describe a plant wave? It's the thing, if you've ever seen the videos where they take electrodes and they put them on plant leaves, or they have little clips and they put them on plant leaves, and then they take the energy from that plant. I'm butchering this description. I'll do better when I get there and I have time to research. But they take the energy from the plant and they transmute it into sound. And you can adjust that sound a little bit in terms of like what the notes are. So like if they're bells, if they're piano keys, like that kind of thing. But the plants actually kind of control the energy that produces the sound. And there's been all of these really interesting, there's amazing videos out there where people will take the plant wave device out into nature and out into the woods, and they'll put it on mushrooms, and they'll put it on trees, and they'll put it on ferns, and let you hear the different ways that the plants sound. And it's so cool. And when we first got it, I ran around the house and put it on all the plants and was listening to all of them. And I wonder if I have any old video. I bet I have an old video on my phone from when we first did it. But they also have done all these really cool experiments. Like, people do them at home, and I'd like to include it in mine, where they will put the electrodes on plants and then leave the room or do whatever, and then have the person who takes care of the plants come in and out of the room. And apparently, supposedly, oftentimes the plants will get excited when they realize their person's coming in the room. So I don't remember if we did this part or not, but the idea was that, like, if you pet the plants, like, they would start making more noises, or if you talk to them, their noises start changing, or if you leave the room and come back in the room, like, you can hear them having some sort of physiological response to our presence, our interaction, our touch, whatever it is. And it's such a cool thing. I mean, you can rabbit hole down uh, videos of people doing this for ages. And then there are people that actually, I saw a mushroom symphony once where they took all these electrodes and they took all of these mushrooms and they hooked up all of these plant waves and they set them to these different tone sounds. And then they mixed the sounds together in a way and essentially did like a live music performance using like 80% of the sound coming from plants in the moment. It's just so cool. I could talk about that one forever. Yeah, so you're supposed to be able, apparently you can kind of tell if the plant's happy or stressed too. But I'm gonna have to like look into all of this when the time comes to do that video. But it's really fascinating. I'm very excited for that one. I mean, I'm excited for all of them. I think I told you guys the healing energy one, episode 7, was probably like one of my favorites so far, and I saw that episode 8 came out and I haven't listened to it yet. But I believe I'm gonna have to listen to that today because I'm just so excited. All right, something else needs to be this light green, and I feel like it might have. What do I need it to be? I'm trying to decide if this plant shade is pink or the light green of some of these hands. And I don't know. Oh, final 2 episodes this month in December? Wow, so get it all done. Hey. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you, friend. Your new stepdad kills me. That's such a funny name. I gotta bring in another color, you guys. Is that Telepathy Tapes talk tracks will be coming, as in like another season of that? I didn't finish all of the talk tracks from the first round. I know, it's so many T's. But I knew what he meant, right? The Telepathy Tapes is 3. The Telepathy Tapes talk tracks is 5. Okay, let's bring another color in. I gotta figure this out. Also, like, what color is this dude? Oh, I have so many unanswered questions in my head. That's too... I hate this. Why is this so hard? Let's do... I mean, yeah, that's fair. T's are probably easy to hit with intention. Okay, I need to make a decision. I'm having decision paralysis. Let's do... R323. Yeah, how are you, Brad? Okay, that's gonna have to work. Alright, I'm just making a decision. It might be a bad one. Does everyone have holiday plans or no holiday plans? I'm actually staying here for the holidays. We are done traveling for the year. I need to check on my grandma, but... Better not be the end of that side. Hold on. Flip the record. I need to refill my coffee. Look how smooth that is, you guys. Andy, I think you're going to have to get yourself a Christmas gift from Buster this year. Do you think you can handle that? I would love for you to do that with us. I want everybody to do that with their pets. You need to write a stand-up for Christmas? Shut up. Let's talk about it. Hold on. Let me flip the record, and I got to get some more coffee. Brad, I have so many questions about your stand-up. Okay. While I'm waiting for my coffee to nuke, Brad. Brian, you're here, but you retracted your comment. What was that? Buster heard me? It's because he knows you need to have a gift. You're going to have to do it, Andy. Brad, a stand-up for Christmas. That's soon. Is that, my first question, is that your normal writing process? Is that short amount of time for you, or is that a long amount of time? To me, that feels really short. Like, Christmas feels like it's tomorrow. I can't imagine writing that fast. Well, I can, but I can't. Brian, what did you take back? We're back. It's a long amount of time for you, really? Dang. Do you perform often? Are you a full-time comedian? Tell me all the things. I love stand-up. Love stand-up. I don't go to stand-up very often, like live, but I watch it online a lot. Oh, you do a lot of improv. Wow, that's awesome. Is this just a hobby for you? Is this a career? Is this something you're trying to turn into a career or already is one? Do you put your stuff online? Another question. Can I see it? Ah, oh, this song is so beautiful. I'm pretty sure I said that the last time I played. I don't even know if I'm coloring on the screen or not. Oh, good, I am. Just a hobby as your art and comics. Okay, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just curious. Oh, a full-time student. That's right. Brad, are you studying physics? Engineering. Was it physics before? I mean, engineering means you're a smart cookie. Okay, you're doing something different last year. This picture's kind of cute. I mean, that's awesome, Brad. I think it's great. I know engineers are special, and I mean that like sincerely. Engineers are special. Like every engineer I know is just like the smartest person in the room at all times. I feel like they just know so much stuff about everything. You'd think like inventors. All right. So, is my dude the same color as the floor and the frame? Like, is he this brownish red? Maybe a second layer of it? You know what this is for sure. I didn't do a light source, but I will. You're kind of at this moment, you cannot tell a lot about something. Like, if I have a cool project with Big Pharma, I can't tell people, yeah. So I can't even flex. You know what? I swear, sometimes the coolest jobs are the ones that you want to talk about and you can't. I have a friend that has like secret clearance for whatever and does weird shit for the military and the government. I don't even know what he does because he can't talk about it. I have a friend whose dad's an FBI agent, or he's retired now, but he was an FBI agent. And growing up, whenever we would go over to his house, there was like an office in his basement that was always like triple locked that none of us were allowed in. That was his dad's office. And he would go away for work and he would come back and he couldn't tell his family where he went, but he would do things like, I think they got snow globes or like these little trinkets that he would try to get, kind of indicating where he was. And then I probably shouldn't tell anybody that. It's probably not allowed in the FBI. But he would do that. And then after a case was over, once he was like allowed to admit that he'd been part of it, then he had these newspapers framed all over like the walls of his house. Actually, I wonder if I could get him to talk to me. I don't know about what. But anyways, once a case was done and he was allowed to admit that he is part of it, he had all of them, the newspapers framed in the basement, and those were like out, like I'm sure he had stuff in his office, but it was never in there. But like out in the rest of the basement, he had these framed things, and you could walk around and like see the newspaper articles about like the crime bosses he put away, or like all of the different things that he did. And then his son, my friend, went on to become a lawyer. So unsurprising there. And they know that UAP exists. LOL. Yeah, don't go into the basement. I mean, it's true. But I do wonder, I don't know what I would talk to him about right now. I don't know how he feels about any of this stuff. But I haven't seen my friend or his dad since college. But, like, they would totally, like, we could still reconnect, no problem. Interesting. An idea. Oh, now you're back, Brian. Okay. What do I need to do next? I think what's throwing me off is this right here, which I think is the bottom of this cabinet. I think that's what's throwing me off. Yeah, Brad. I mean, I still haven't watched Age of Disclosure, but pretty much it sounds like that's all that is, right? Like everybody coming forward and being like, oh yeah, they're here. But like we can't tell you anything. You are a creepypasta writer. Wait, how cool. I mean, I assume the feds are a little bit more equipped than I am. Gosh, I haven't thought about creepypasta in forever. I didn't even know that was still a thing. Yeah. Okay, this thing has to be green, right? Like, what else is that going to be? I mean, what's that saying? The difference between a conspiracy and truth is 6 months? Which is not true. I just want to throw that out there. I like that saying as much as the next person, but it's not true. People run around saying it like it is. But if that's the case, flat earthers would have won by now. Okay. Alright, we have these like greens and reds. Hey, MIB. I feel like I'm gonna want to name our MIB person. Do you think it's a girl? I hope so. Probably not. If anyone's watching, switch us to a girl. You guys, I don't know what colors to do next. Like, what color is the wall? It is a girl. Alright, I'm in it. There's this saying that the less people believe in something, the more likely it is to be true. Wait. Nope, that's the wrong quote. Not it? Alright, let's see. Okay, what am I doing with these colors? How do I bring this together? Is it going to be insane if I do this flower pot, the light green? I don't know what I'm doing. The less people know of something, the more likely it is to be true. I mean, that's a possibility. But I mean, also, it can't be true, right? Because everything starts somewhere, and there's probably, like, you know, there's people like Richard Doty out there who just make shit up. All right. Make a decision, Sundown. All right, if I used 323 on the floors, let's do... This is a bad idea. R427. All right, we're gonna try this. Go for it. Thank you. Man, that is still not very hot. Hold on, let me heat up this coffee one more time. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing great. Try to keep the heat down a second. Okay. Yeah, people like me who just invent fearsome creatures for fun. Well, that's a great question. I know a little bit about HB's background in work, but not much. I'm going to have to answer that one. Okay. What did I decide I was going to do? Oh, I'm going to go hard with red. Let's see if this is a good idea, you guys. Orthopedic engineering. Yes, that's right. Should have guessed orthopedics. I think doing like the smaller sections first for some reason. I'm gonna have to turn this upside down. All right, fully upside down. Funny story. While HB is putting that answer together, I worked at an orthopedic company, one of the ones that HB worked at, I think, for a summer in college one year. And I worked in, what did they call it? I was in the cadaver lab, like near the cadaver lab, which is wild to say. And I had to wear like a big white Michelin Man puffy suit. And I was, what are they, not in sanitation, but we would, maybe HB will know, but I packaged stuff and I did kneecaps. So we would get all these knee joints and then I'd be in this little room and I did something with packaging them. And then we were near the cadaver lab because when the traveling doctors would come in to see the product, which HB will know what I'm talking about, especially from Asia, they would come in and they tour the facility and they look in all the windows and watch everybody and they watch these surgeries on these cadavers to see how to put in the implants. And we were, for whatever reason, right next to that. I mean, that's really cool, HB, on your end. I was just a machine. Well, I wasn't even a machinist. I didn't have a machine, but I was just a cog in the machine. I will say we lost power one day in the building. I don't remember why, but they lost power. And because I worked near the cadaver lab, we were on backup generators because you obviously can't let the cadavers warm up if you were to lose power. And so everyone else basically went outside because the building is windowless. And so when we lost power, everybody went outside because it was dark in the building except for our area near the cadaver lab. And so everyone else basically went and hung out outside while they waited for the power to come back on, and my team had to keep working because we didn't have a reason to not be working. We had power. It was very, very annoying. However, in retrospect now, I live near a hospital, and when there is weather anomalies or power outages for any reason, usually my block is spared because we're on the hospital grid, and those get priority. Sorry, I gotta finish this little section. I see you guys chatting. Gothric! Hey friend, where you been? How you been? Sup, strangers? Oh, yeah, you like the lore drop? I got way too much. My ability to follow my intuition into interesting stories knows no bounds. HP packaging, it's called packaging. Wait, hold on. I'm missing all of this. Packaging is what they called it. Sterile. Yeah, okay, so sterile. Okay, so I was right in sterilization. Thank you. Nothing weird about dead bodies. Like, they're just dead. It's challenging for me because of my disabilities. Packaging is called packaging. I don't even know how to say that word, HB, but use... Whatever. Dyslexia, ADHD. Hey, Gothric. Okay. Percrivolate. What is that word, y'all? Christmas sorted out. Okay, Gothric, you missed us earlier. We were talking about this. Do you have any pets? I don't remember. But I heard a I mean, ADHD. I think it probably depends on the scale, right? But Gothric, if you have a pet, or no, that's not Gothric, that's Brad. Gothric, if you have a pet, get yourself a gift from your pet for Christmas and wrap it from them and thank them for it. That's what I heard an animal psychic say the other day, and now I'm telling everybody. All right. I'm going to go this way, I think. So. You wish I had a pet and to put your good boy to sleep. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, that sounds like a long, healthy life, though. If we could all be so lucky. 19 years. That's wild. See you guys blowing up over there. This is the biggest swatch of color anywhere, so once this is done, I'll have a little bit more attention back. I feel like I need to get another coloring short voiceover out. I've got the actual coloring done. I just need to write and do the voiceovers. Is Polly back? Hold on, I'm coming back, guys. I'm almost there. I did it. Okay, guys. Polly, hi, friend. Oh, I love staffs. The lack of the inability to know the position of your limbs. Ah, okay, thank you. It's incredible, Gothric. Yeah, I mean, animals, for so many of us, they're family. I mean, Monty's like that for us. I know, the wolf pack is now one. New SD? What do you mean? I know, I'm excited to hear from Pierce. I hollered at her in the last video. Pack schedule, chillin', hello. Too much beer and... I don't even know how to pronounce that either. Brain hand is bad for me. Disconnect. Oh, your brain hand disconnect. Got it. Well, I'm not mad at this red color, but I don't have anywhere else to put it now. Let's try this. I'm doing these in this paler red because if they're glass, you would see through them, right? And it would distort the color a bit. At least that's what I'm telling myself. just gonna do 2 coats on this. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Brad. Wow, that is a noise upstairs, huh? Okay, I gotta bring this lime green in somewhere else. Is his shirt lime green? I mean, that's great, Brad. However, okay, we're going with lime green on the bunny. Okay. All right. What color is my guy getting his massage? Like an astronaut who just came back from space. I know, that's incredible, HB. I am going to read this chapter from HB's book once I'm done with the base of this. Oh man, I gotta flip the record. Hold on. I mean, 2 books and then some. He's always writing. It's so cold in here. My nose won't stop running. But I don't want to turn the heat on right now. Oh, and the talk's in DC tomorrow? I thought it was in Chicago. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because it's not public. All right, we're going to finish her up. Let's see. International, got it. Yeah, you were nervous last week. Are you feeling better now? Is it weird if I do another pink? I'm going to do it. Yeah, are you still nervous? You feeling better now? It's funny, this color looks really bright here, but it actually dries down to kind of like a purplish pink. crazy color combination, Sundown. Ambidextrousness and dexterousness is so interesting to me. When you say it's better than what you thought, what do you mean? HB, you're writing or something else? Okay, I'm gonna do this sign in this purpley pink too. You're writing, yeah. That's what I thought you meant. I mean, writing a book is not an easy feat for people who have all of the fallacies available, you know? Is that the right use of that word? I don't think that was the right use. Which I do think I've been dreaming lately, HB. I just haven't been remembering them. No. Blood. Oh well. I'm gonna have to do some layers on the beigey colors. You guys, what color is this little thing? Oh, he did go back and listen? HB, that's cool. I mean, I don't know. I hope he was impressed with you. I just read it. You did all the work. All I had to do was read out loud. I am so excited for you, Polly. I actually have to go to Costco today, too. Actually, I guess I may not go today. I have to go today or tomorrow. His eyes bled, but I guess it kind of looks cool. Okay. All I have left is this dude. I don't eat salami, but yes, HB writes about his precognition and about Abrahamic religions to an effect that I still haven't come to the other side of it yet, but it's very interesting. I'm actually, once I get this little guy colored, I'm going to read a chapter from HB's book that is specifically in regards to empathy. Oh my gosh, you guys, what color is this little dude? Is he a different color? You guys are just talking about sandwiches. The craziest story he's ever had, again, because it takes HB a long time to write, I don't know what the craziest story is, but we have heard a few different ones, excuse me, from the Edges when he dreamt about a coin being on its side, and then he was playing a game, a basketball pickup game, and he had to call heads or tails, and he called Edges, and everyone thought he was nuts, and then it landed on Edges, and everyone thought he was a witch. There have been other times that are escaping me right now, but we just talked about that one. Do you guys not eat turkey? I think this marker is... I think the one I want is out, but let's see. Yeah, it's not great. Let's try this one. Okay, that'll do. It's another kind of limeish green. I mean, I am not arguing with you. I don't eat a lot of meat, so by all means, Brad, I'm with you. But other people don't eat turkey, huh? Does turkey... Do you eat other birds? Is chicken the only bird that you eat? That is wild HB, and I cannot wait to hear how it goes. I hope that you are happy with how it all goes, HB. I hope you're not disappointed or, like, have any sort of expectations that aren't met or anything like that. Because I know that you're nervous, and I know that she's announcing this big announcement, but if it doesn't take flight or if people don't pay attention, I don't want you to feel disappointed. Because I know that Dr. Hennessy has been doing a lot of incredible work for a long time, and it's taken a long time for it to get any notice. And based on what you've talked about, such a far out idea may be harder for people to grasp. Maybe not. Maybe it'll catch on like fire. Maybe I do the... I'm not going to do it online, but maybe I do the border of this one, this lime green, to bring it back in. Cute. Duck, okay. Duck and pheasant. It just feels like such a big claim, HB, like fixing religion. Like, I can't imagine anyone being able to claim like that they're going to fix religion. It just sounds like an impossible task. But maybe not. I also still don't know what you mean by fix it, but I guess that's why I have to keep reading. Like, fix what? Fix it how? Okay. I think... So funny, these pinks look the same now that they're drying, but I swear they're different pinks. And then you can get back to your butterfly. You cannot fix religion. Then I can get back to my butterfly habitat. Religion is religion. It will change history. It could change history, but I agree in the fact that, like, fixing religion just sounds... It just, like, doesn't sound like a thing, you know? Like, doesn't sound like a thing that's possible. And also, I don't know what fixing means. Like, what does fixing mean? What's broken? All of it is broken, right? I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here with all the questions. I'm gonna go over some of the towels in like different color or a different tone, just to differentiate them a little. I mean, it is a zombie massage parlor. Their towels might be dingy. Who knows? I mean, Polly, I think that's true with everything, right? Why is what called Sundown? Are you calling me an it? What do you mean, why is it called Sundown? What does that mean? It? Me? It's my name. Thanks, Brad. Yeah. Appreciate it. And she's called Sundown or something. I don't know. I was gaming when she explained it. I love your honesty. The presence of true religion does miracles, but people have human nature. Yeah? I mean, humans are human, right? Okay, let's see. I mean, I don't know if our digital persuade person is still here, but yeah, my name is Sundown. I'm going to color this flower petals again. Well, maybe just some of them. But like, how to fix it? Like, what does that mean? What do you mean fix? Are you gonna rewrite it? Like, rewrite something? How does it get fixed? Just awareness? Hey, Sage, I went to do rock on instead of... Right? Is that right? I think I can do it with 2 hands. It's not easy. Hi, friend. I didn't even know there was an emoji for that. All right. I'm going to do my shading offline and finish this offline. Actually, I might do the pale or the medium green in the middle, but let's read for a second, friends. I'm going to read a really short chapter from HB's book that is not out yet, called Hopelessness, which he emailed me about in reference to my story of potential empathy last week, in which I had like a random pang of anxiety and then found out shortly later that, oh, thanks, Steph. Found out shortly later that my brother had had a panic attack. And so I don't know if my random pang of anxiety was associated with him or not, but HB thought it could be and related it back to this chapter. So I thought I'd just read it real quick. And if you like my voice, Steph, for ASMR, then perhaps it'll be good for reading out loud. All right. Also, before we go, because I'm going to go after this, this is the album that's on. It's my friend Gerald Bailey. I'll update the description box when we get off here. And then after I read this, I'm going to jump. So, all right, guys. Not long after my family revelation, one of my friends at work told me that his wife was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. The doctors were trying everything they could to fix it, but it was only slowing down with no cure. This went on for almost a year, and my friend's depression and anxiety over her impending death was, with the medical bills piling up, were overwhelming him. It made me so sad that I asked God if there was any way that I could help to let me know. One morning as I woke up, I felt this very dark depression come over me that wouldn't go away. I focused on it, wondering what it could be, because I knew that there was nothing in my life that could be making me feel that way. It was a feeling of hopeless despair that sat in my chest, and everything just felt so very dark and black. I realized that it must be what my friend at work must be feeling, and that I was feeling this also. So there's the story of empathy. The hopeless depression has happened 2 other times in my life, and in those situations, I would ask people close to me if everything was all right. The second time this would happen, a close friend had just received the news of his divorce that day, and the third time was when my stepsister's husband needed a liver or he was going to die. I know what that feeling is now, and it breaks my heart to know that people go through this. In these situations, I wasn't able to help, but God had another plan for my coworker. He had a small website where he sold things like birdhouses and other small accessories. I was never very good at praying, but from my troubled heart, I started to have dreams of this website, and maybe I could find a way to help him with his bills. I asked him to give me a list of of which things his supplier had, and maybe we could find a way to sell them on his site. One of the items his supplier had was desktop computers that were refurbished because of a fire hazard. They were cheap compared to the other similar computers. Because of this defect, they were very hard to sell. Hold on, let me get the needle off the record. Okay. This isn't very long. All right. My next dream was focused on these computers, but that was all I received. I still couldn't see any possibility because of the risk. I then had another dream where an idea was stuck in my mind about how computers would make a nice graduation gift for the college-bound student. This idea was reinforced when my brother-in-law told me that the family was going to give his daughter a computer as a graduation gift, but how to sell them? I went online and saw that most graduation gifts for college-bound students were alarm clocks to personal laundry bags, and a cheap computer would make a great gift even if it was refurbished. It was already March, so my window of opportunity was shrinking, so I needed to come up with something very soon. My final dream put all of the visions together with a plan. Sell the computers for only $300 over the supplier's cost, and that would cover most of my friends' medical costs. This made them very competitive with the market, and then to list them online as a great gift, since the internet lists alphabetically, this would pop up first. This dream made perfect sense, so I wrote it down for him, and I told him to see what happens. I took the information to work that day as my friend informed me that his wife was going into hospice care and that he would be off to be with her. He was very sad, and I could tell he wouldn't be able to make it through the day at work with so much on his mind. I handed him the information I had written down and explained to him that this information was very detailed, and I went over it with him to make sure he understood it. I then told him how sorry I was, but that I believed this would work and he should give it a try. 2 weeks after he left, I saw that his wife had passed away, but we were short-handed at work and I couldn't get off to go to the funeral. I felt bad about it, though I would see him when he got back. When he hadn't returned after a couple of weeks, people at work were questioning why he was taking so long to return. They knew he had a mountain of bills to pay, and it didn't make any sense to them that he wouldn't be back. I thought to myself that maybe my plan and my dream was working, and I kept that hope close as I waited for his return. A week later, he returned to work, and I told him how sorry I was for his loss and that he may forgive me for not being at the service. He told me he understood and that being gone made us short-handed at work, and I was forgiven. After this, he leaned in very close to me and whispered, "It worked." He told me a fantastic story of how the computers started to sell in the way that we planned after just a couple days, and the feedback was that the computers were not refurbs at all, but brand new computers without the defect. When this word got out over the internet, companies started buying them by the dozens. He told me one day he sold 75. He was so happy to tell his wife that everything would be all right, and he showed me pictures of the nice funeral and tombstone that had a birdhouse with it, because she really loved birds. Even though he was grieving, he had enough money to pay all of his medical expenses and was so relieved that I could hardly believe that it was the same person who had been so depressed for so long. Less than a month later, new computers and software came out, which made the computers he had obsolete, and the window of opportunity slammed shut that fast. More than anything, my friend had his peace of mind back, and I learned that maybe something good could come out of something so bad. I shared the story with my family at Christmas time because it was just too nice a story not to, especially at that time of year. How appropriate. My mother thought that maybe I should sell things on the internet as a job. I had left out the part of my story that my family thought it was my idea, but I know only God has that kind of knowledge to make those types of miracles happen. I was trusted with a little, and now it was very rewarding to trust that my dreams had meaning and good would come of them. Now it was time for God to trust my faith with more. How cool. ASMR, you're rolling your eyes. Oh, wait, are you rolling your eyes at me, or are you rolling your eyes at the idea of ASMR? Okay, guys, that was it. That was the story from HB's book of how another one of his precognitive dreams about the websites and the computers led him to being able to help his friend. And this all came about after he had an overwhelming bout of empathy and was feeling his friend's pain. So very, very cool. Thank you for sharing, HB, and thank you for letting me share. That's what I thought. ASMR is a practice. Anyway. All right, y'all. I'm going to jump. Oh, I see. I liked the ASMR. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for letting me share. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for all of the things, guys. I am not going to be back until next Monday. So it's going to be a full week. So I hope you all have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend and stay warm and get yourself gifts from your pets. Okay? Go wrap them. I will talk to you guys really soon. Yeah. Enjoy your week.